I think that's an excellent point. As Marvel Studios took off, you were able to kind of ride that wave a little bit. I'm curious about, you have a lot of credits to say visual development coordinator and visual development producer. What does that actually mean? Like, what do you actually do on these films? And I'm kind of just curious how that ultimately is going to play into sort of your background as a writer director, but maybe you can kind of explain that title to us.
Absolutely. And it really started because I actually chose to make production design my emphasis in film school. Because when you're a junior, at least at Chapman, you have to pick, directing, cinematography, one of the 5 key positions. And because there were only 3 other production designers in my senior class, I found, and there were 65 directors, I looked at it and I was like, I think it's so important to know how to tell the story visually without any, I felt that the experience was translatable on a narrative level. Maybe I'm not going to direct, a thesis film, but I can still work on 5 or 6 thesis films as a production designer, really glean a lot of experience, on-set experience. And I think, if you look throughout time, if you're looking at translatable jobs in this industry, it's like Robert Eggers, Catherine Hardwicke, Joe Johnston, these people who were art directors or production designers who turned directors. I think it happens more often than not. Maybe cinematographers too, but I do believe that you see a lot of production designers moving into that direction. So going into Marvel, they were creating a new team that was going to be conceptualizing in-house all of the key characters, a lot of the key props, or like what we would consider like iconic, what things from the comics that would need to be translated into film. This team was going to be conceptualizing all of that. And it was like 3 people when I first started. And by the time I left, it was like 17 to 18. And now I know they've grown even more. But when I was a coordinator, it was just like the normal, coordinating duties, ensuring that things got done, got finished on time, and like managing phone calls and calendars and all that stuff. But when it became into a more producerial role, it was being in all of the development meetings with all the other key crew members. It was being in conversations with the writer and the director and going to costume fittings. And like, it really was about helping to maintain and create this shared visual language throughout all the films. Because when you're creating this shared universe, it's really important to create some sort of continuity between them. So our department at all points knew what was going on in every single movie. So we were kind of one step ahead to ensure that, like, oh, we got to create a new Iron Man suit and it's got to do this, this, and this. Let's start thinking about it now. Or like, what is magic in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Creating that. Like, what does that look like? How does Ant-Man shrink and grow? Like, things like that, where it was like, we had to figure out the mechanics as well as the design elements.
Gotcha. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Selling Your Screenplay podcast. If you'd like to hear the full interview, just go to sellingyourscreenplay.com/podcasts. Or to go directly to the episode, just use the link in the show notes. Thanks for watching.